morning and a very warm welcome to everybody who's watching us today. Well, we are discussing another very crucial topic today, a very crucial theme, a crucial problem that is in every house today. And thanks to the COVID 19, students, our children are stuck with the adults inside the house without any rescue, is what I would say. So, as you can see up there, what we bring to you today is the tumultuous adolescence made easy through soft skills. We thought, why not utilize this time when the students are back at home in developing something that's extremely important rather than feeling stuck or suffocated in the house. So today we have with us somebody very eminent. We welcome you, Colonel Sanjeet Sirohi. Sir is an economics graduate from Delhi University who joined the IMA long back and served the Indian Army for good 35 years. In the last 11 years, Sir has worked with more than 2,000 students and has helped everybody in carving their success path by developing a lot of soft skills as well as employability skills. He has also partnered with prestigious CBSE schools and institutes and worked with adolescents to promote the same around NCR. Sir has also been the Director HR of the Institute of Hotel Management Merit for 7 years and has been responsible for training and placement of fresh hospitality graduates. Sir has also presented a very influential talk called The Power of Goal Setting Made Me Successful on the Josh Talks. So we welcome you and we are very grateful that you've taken out time to be with us today, because in these times when students really need this kind of advice, where parents are looking for help, they're continuously writing to us because they know Career Launcher does a parenting series and we get experts like you to guide them further. I think it becomes extremely important that we use your wisdom, your knowledge to help our student and parent fraternity today. So we welcome you once again.
Thank you very much, Neha.
Sir, without wasting much time, I'd like to share the first concern that comes to us very commonly nowadays. The concern is, sir, that a lot of parents say that, and say this especially for adolescents and teens, that the children are very restless, to the extent of being misbehaved, at the times even disobedient to the extent of being revolting. And what, according to you, sir, is the trigger? And what, as parents or adults around these children, can we best do to get them out of this situation and make them feel better? Over to you, sir.
Okay. First of all, we must understand that adolescence is a phase. Now, adolescence is a difficult period for the people or for the child who is experiencing it. And it can be more difficult for the people who are around them, that is, they're the parents and the teachers. And now, but let me tell you, adolescence phase is a very amazing period, very amazing phase, and I'll tell you why. But unfortunately, what has happened is that the parents has given it a negative approach. Now, since that your child is misbehaving or he is reckless or he is willful, that doesn't mean there are no reasons for him to do that. So if you understand the brain development, I'll repeat, brain development which take place during adolescence phase, you will be able to understand why the child behaves in that way, and then you will also be able to help them out to grow. Now, there are normal comments like you have also said, they are restless, they're misbehaving, they are disobedient, they are they have lost their mind and they are immature, and their raging hormones are driving them crazy. All these negative remarks, let me tell you, are wrong. They are myth, because, and as a result of which, they are misleading us, they are disempowering us, and they are sending us the wrong message. Now, the question comes is, what is the truth? The truth is that during adolescent years, that is, it can start from 11 years, 12 years, 13, different, it depends on the child. The brain remodeling takes place. Till 12 years of age of a child, the brain is like a sponge. It absorbs everything and the child learns everything. But when he reaches the adolescent, the brain starts remodeling itself. Now, what does remodeling involve? First of all, the pruning takes place of the neurons. That means it starts cutting all those neurons and synapses which are not being used. So it means either you use it or lose it. And the brain converts itself from general brain to specialized brain. It is like a doctor. From MBBS, it wants to become the specialist. So the brain starts becoming specialist. The other thing is that new synapses are being formed, new neurons are being formed. This is a good news for the parents as well as for the child. Now, whatever skills you want to learn during this period, you can learn it very easily. New talents, new skills can be picked up by a child during adolescent years. So, my suggestion to parents is please take advantage of this period.
Right, sir.
And the child can imbibe good habits and can discard the old ones also very easily during this period. Right? Third thing which happens is that the myelin is added to the hormones. Now, what does it do? I'll explain in the simple term. The neural messages, they start moving faster. And when they start moving faster, the child is seeking the excitement activities. That's why you will find teenagers and teenagers, they are driving motorcycle very fast, driving car very fast. And unfortunately, 80% of the accidents take place during this adolescent years. So parents have to be careful about that also. Now, fourth thing is the brain takes time out. Now, in like basketball or in any games, you take time out. Now, what does time out means is that the prefrontal cortex, which is the seat for our organizing capability, for our plan, for risk assessment, is being rewired. So when it is being rewired, what happens is that it decreases the ability of a child to plan, organize, or assess the risk accurately. That's why they commit so many mistakes. Number two is that it heightens the emotional response. That's why you'll find that the parents, they are always complaining that he's very angry, he's become hysterical, he's reckless, all these things, because it is not his fault, it is the brain which is doing it. And last is that he starts focusing on self. He becomes self-centered. That's why you will also listen to parents who will say that the child is only interested in himself, is not interested in others. So all these things are happening. Now the point which comes to is that what can parent do? Because if it is such a natural thing that the child is behaving in such a way, what can parents do? My advice is only three. Firstly, you must become hands-on parents. What does it mean is that you must get involved. Unfortunately, what happens is that as the child grows and reaches the adolescent, and because of his behavior also, the parents, they start distancing themselves from him. That should not be done. Number two, very, very important key is communication. You must keep your communication open to your child by talking to him or her, or listening to him or her. And listening is more important, but as a parents, we are more fond of speaking than listening.
Certainly, sir.
Right? So we must avoid that. And third, and the most important thing is, we must be consistent with the rules and guidance. What happens is initially child says something, we say no, ye nahi hoga. Then he keep on saying, and then lastly you say okay, kar. That it should be very clear. And it has been found out through research that all the teenagers and adolescents who have brought up in an authoritative environment, they have thrived in life. But let's be very clear about what is authoritative. You should be warm, you should be fair, but you should be firm. So this is what the parents get. So it is a phase, and let this phase go on its own. And my advice to parents is please take advantage of this phase by inculcating new habits, new skills, and other things, and stay calm and composed and let it pass.
Wonderful, sir. I think understanding where the problem lies makes half the problem, it solves half the problem. I think it makes it simpler.
Absolutely.
So we're talking about neurons, which as parents, I barely think that we reflect upon that what's happening inside the child's mind or the brain actually. Or maybe we're reflecting more on what's happening inside his mind, but not inside his brain. So thank you for, bringing that up and also giving us the solutions.
In fact, Neha, I was telling my wife a few days back that if I can rewind my life, then I will bring up my children in a better way.
I'm sure a lot of us think like this, sir, now. And I think the more knowledge that we gain, I think parenting is something that we are questioning all the time, despite
Yes.
putting in our best efforts as parents. This is something that's always worrying us.
Yeah.
Moving quickly to the next one, sir. Another very common question that comes is, despite being locked in, despite not having enough resources to pass time constructively, children still remain very isolated, or rather choose to remain isolated. They look very lost and confused. They want to shut the adults out, out of their spaces. So, what can parents do to help the child? Because isolation is probably not the best thing, and especially in these times.
Neha, we must understand it into two this thing. First is we will take the second part, one the isolation. Why he wants to withdraw? It is he withdraws because of the what I told you, because of the brain remodeling and the parent-child relationship changes. He withdraws from the parent. Not only parents, he withdraws from the family routine also. Like everyone is having dinner together, lunch together. He would like to not have with them. Okay, when they are, if they are parents ask him to
Yes.
come with us to mall, he will go with them, but he will walk distance away from them. So all these things are natural. So being isolated is one issue. Now the second is that they are looking confused and lost. Now, like brain remodeling, there is another thing which happens during adolescent year is that the identity crisis take place. Now, there are 8 types of identity crisis when a person faces throughout his life. This is the fifth one, and we must understand because this is the most important one. This is the first time during adolescent years this child starts contemplating that who am I, what is my role, what are my career plan, what are my values, what is my gender role. He starts questioning himself, and when he starts questioning himself, he does not find the answer, so he looks lost and confused. That is the time the parents must intervene. Now, how do parents intervene? In identity crisis there are two dimensions. One is the commitment, and second is the exploration. Now, exploration is the child must find out what all options are available to him. And once he have found out the option and which option, so in this finding out the options, the parent must play a very, very important and active role. But the child may not understand what are the pros and cons of each career, each options. So it is the time for the parents, and especially they must take advantage of this pandemic because the parents and the child are at home. So they must explore our options. Once all options have been explored, then they must help out the child to make a commitment to one option or maybe two options. If they do that, then they have the child has achieved his identity. But if he doesn't, and if he has achieved his identity during adolescent years, I can assure all the parents that the child will be successful in whatever he does in life. But in case the child fails or the parents they fail in guiding the child to find his identity, then that term is known as identity diffused. So the child will not be able to know what he is supposed to do, and as a result of which, when he moves into the adult life, he'll be totally confused. Now, there are two other grades related to this. I'll just say briefly about them. The third is the moratorium. Moratorium means that child is exploring, but he's not committing anything. So these type of child later on they have a very bad future. And the fourth is the foreclosure. Foreclosure means the child has already decided that I will do this without exploring anything. Now it could be because of the parents' pressure, or it could be that he wants to join what his parents are doing, like a doctor son wants to join he wants to become a doctor, army officer son wants to become an army officer. But later on in midlife, they may face crisis because they have committed to something which is not from their inner needs. So that point should be there. So my suggestion to parents is that please take advantage of this period and help the child to find his identity. And he will not be confused. He will be dedicated and start moving in the correct direction.
Wonderful, sir. Extremely important points raised, and I think it opens up our minds as parents and gives us some direction to start working on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you're a soft skill trainer and you worked so much with adolescents and teens. So, would you please, in a very short span of time, explain to the children what is this soft skill and how does it benefit students in the longer run. And I'm going to combine two questions here, sir, because of paucity of time, and to also understand that within this period of lockdown, are there certain soft skills that the children can develop sitting back at home that can help them in times to come? So two parts to the question, sir. Over to you.
Okay. I'll take the first part. The soft skills at school level, I will call them life skills. So life skills are those skills which help you to face the challenges of life. Simple. So if the student understand and use these life skills along with his academic uh, qualification, he will be better placed to take opportunities not only in education field but in professional field. Now, we in India are facing life skill crisis. When I say we are facing life skill crisis, is because few years back, Mr. Narayan Murthy, chairman of Infosys, has said that 75% of our graduates are unemployed. They are graduates, they have qualification, but they are still unemployable. Why? Because of the lack of soft skills. So I would like to use your district platform to tell all the parents that yes, academic achievements are important, but life skills are equally important, if not more. I will say they are more important, right? Now, what advantages do we get if we go through the life cycle, this thing, life skills? First of all, as a student, I am talking about, I will not talk about later part of life. Later part in life will be there, but I will not because of the paucity. Firstly, the academic performance improves, the behavior of students improves, child abuse and bullying is reduced, attendance improves in a school, the child start respecting others, and the child start interacting in a better way with the parents, with the peers, with the student, with the teachers, and everyone. So, in brief, this was the first part. Now, as far as the second part is concerned, I will suggest two life skills which are very important. First is the communication skills. Now, what are communication? Communication is whatever information I am passing on to you and you are absorbing that information. If you don't understand what I'm telling you, then it is not a communication. So the second thing is that what is communication? Communication is like listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So how to improve? Now you can improve by reading books, by reading newspaper, by listening to the news, and also by switching off the sound and seeing what is being conveyed by the person on the screen. That will improve your non-verbal communication. The second is the goal setting skills. Very, very important. The parents can help the child to set the goal. And once the goal has been set, he must write down and read that goal every day because it will help him in getting motivated. So these are the two skills which can be easily developed during the lockdown period, and parents must take advantage of.
And I think so very well raised that communication skills and goal setting, if they can be set right at this age and the adolescents can learn to grow along with them, I think by the time they're professionals, they're managers, they're leaders, they will be par excellence. So I think very well raised, sir. And this has been, I think we've covered about 17, 18 minutes of an interview, and pure knowledge is what has come out of it, sir. Quickly, just something that you'd like to say, a last message from you before we wind up, to the parents and the students and even the educators who are listening to this interview. Anything that you like to say, sir?
Okay, whatever I have covered, the first thing is for the parents and including the teachers. Firstly, never praise the child. Have we finished?
No, no, sir. Please continue.
Okay. Never praise the child for his innate abilities, that is for intelligence and for his talents. Always praise for his hard work, for perseverance, for effort. That is number one. Number two, this is particularly for the parents. Don't force the child to have subjects of your choice, because I have seen a lot of students, life have been ruined because these parents, including, I'll tell you my example also, that it is because of the wrong decision by the parents to ask the child to take some particular subjects. Number three is don't force your dreams on your child. They are not your property, they are the gift which the God has given to you. And fourth is don't criticize, give feedback. because criticizing is very easy and feedback includes the guidance also, which parents normally they don't do. And lastly, help them child out to develop a joy for life and strong urge to follow their dreams. That's all I have. Thank you very much. And
Wonderful, sir. And you're saying this reminds me of a very beautiful quote, which is, children come through us, not for us. But I think
exactly.
somewhere we completely confuse the two concepts.
Yes.
And also, since we are career launch and we talk about helping students with their careers, I think that is a very important point raised. As a career counselor, so many students, come to me and tell me that, ma'am, we took this because of parental pressure. I don't know what to do now. So I think very well raised points, sir, and will give a lot of food for thought to the parent and the student community. I must also mention to the viewers that Sir very selflessly comes ahead and helps the community with sharing his experience and knowledge with each one of us. I have left his speaker details on the screen. If any of you'd like to get in touch with him personally, Sir is more happy to help. So, which makes a lot of difference to the society. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this time and giving us your wisdom. This will really take us a long way. And to the parents and the students who are stuck at home, this too shall pass. Very soon, we will come back to you with the parenting series next episode with more information, more help your way. Please keep writing into me to tell me what is it that you want us to bring to you. I'm Neha Vahi signing off on behalf of Career Launcher. Thank you very much, sir, once again. Wish you all good health and safety. Take care.